Stefan Heck, you've been a big proponent of ACEs, but you also have a venture startup or a startup, Nauto. Why don't you tell us what that is?
Yes, that's right. So it started with the same idea that we're in the midst of this transition in transportation to integrate different modes, to make systems available more shared, and to bring new technology that gives us instant online access through data, through an app, to transportation. What Nauto is building the data system backbone for that. So we retrofit devices right now into vehicles. Ultimately, all of the computing and sensors will be built into the vehicles. And it can be public transit vehicles like a bus or personal vehicles. The best use case really is for shared vehicles like your Ubers and ultimately your get-around shared cars. And for those vehicles to know what are the risk spots, what are the safety, who's driving, how are they driving, we actually help give the driver feedback so that they can avoid dangerous areas, avoid traffic, find parking, solve a lot of the problems that really make driving very inconvenient today. Most of those are really data problems. If you know where the nearest open parking space was, parking wouldn't be a hassle, right? If you know, and Waze is the first step in this direction, if you know where the traffic is, you can route around it or choose to go later. Waze doesn't give you enough resolution yet. There's still some inaccuracy about where it starts, and you can't get lane by lane data. So by instrumenting each vehicle with the sensors and uploading that into the cloud, you can begin to actually pass information. So literally you can look a mile ahead of you on the highway and see what's going on, see whether you want to go. And ultimately you'd want to integrate that into your calendar app actually, so that it tells you when to go. I mean, Google Now kind of gives you the first suggestion of you have to leave by then, but it's not very accurate yet. And then of course from an urban infrastructure point of view as a city, you can begin to adjust the lights, you can begin to fix intersections that have had a lot of near misses, which we detect. So you can see accidents before they happen just from near collisions, and then intervene, changing the light timing or changing the lanes or putting a new stop sign to improve that before somebody dies. Right now most cities fix intersections after people die, which is fixing the barn door after the horse is bolted. So
you're finally allowing out-of-bound signaling. People don't have to rely on their eyes to know what's ahead, right?
Exactly right. So the idea is that every driver can help every other driver, and every car can help every other car learn what's going on and make their driving simpler, safer, easier, and more efficient.
And is it doing it with the dedicated short-range communications protocols, or is it something entirely different?
Right now, we're just using internet connectivity to the cloud. Ultimately, we will add the short-range capabilities as well. Those are being defined by the government right now. But we're using existing internet technology to do this today.
So like cell phone data type stuff?
It literally, our first device is actually built around a cell phone. The second generation device looks more like a tablet computer crunched into a small form factor, so you can put it on your windshield. And what most of us carry around now is consumer cameras, right? So 4K, video capability, ability to see objects around you, the ability to detect motion and movement. We're integrating all of that in, doing a lot of processing both locally in the car. That's why it's a retrofit right now, because we're adding more computing than the car has. But in the next generation of cars, that level of computational power will be built in. And then we're also doing some processing of the patterns in the cloud for things like traffic or where's parking available, that you want to know from all the cars what's going on.
So is it available today, or? It's
available today for commercial fleets, so for professional drivers, anybody who's driving a bus or a taxi or an Uber or delivering, UPS delivering freight. So it's commercial vehicles only right now. Those are professional drivers who drive 80, 100,000 miles a year. They have the most urgent need. But as we get enough data and the devices get cheaper over time, we envision launching a consumer version as well, so then anybody can benefit.
Excellent. Well, good luck with the venture and into the consumer realm.
Thanks very much.